Nightly greetings, one and all. William Theo here, homegrown and happy to bring you PTV News Now. Kicking off our stories tonight, back in the time of the previous administration, the Philippines was ranked in the top 3 of the most dangerous countries for journalists and media practitioners. Times have changed as the culture of impunity on the guardians of truth has slowly wilted under the heat of increased vigilance and protection for press freedom. Last year was truly special. A report finding no casualty among the ranks of the press and media practitioners is hailed and touted by an elated and energized media community. The National Press Corps shared following the release of a report by the Committee to Protect Journalists citing a zero casualty mark on media people and journalists in 2024. Still, though, this development was a milestone that took time and huge efforts to reach. The harder task is to sustain it lies ahead, and government, the press, and public cannot let their guard down to preserve the gains of this landmark achievement. NPC President Yonel Abasola, in a statement earlier today, cautioned everyone against premature celebration given a lot of murder and homicide cases against the media remain unsolved. 'Tis the time for the harvest of strawberries and citrus fruits in Central California, but getting such produce to market and to the meal table is in peril as farmhands and workers are shying away from work for fear of being caught, rounded up, and banished from the state and country for good. VOA's Genia Dulot has the full story.
Alejandra is an undocumented farm worker in California who does not want to show her face or share her last name for fear of deportation. She says she was on her way to work earlier this year when agents from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, started rounding up undocumented migrants around the city of Bakersfield.
That was on Tuesday when they started the raids. And on Wednesday, we didn't go out because we were scared. We heard and saw the whole day that ICE was being very active. They were in the key places where all the farm workers have to go through, where the citrus groves are. So the next day, I didn't go to work because I was scared.
United Farm Workers Union President Teresa Romero says 2 of their members were detained.
The farm workers that were deported have been here working for 15, 20 years. They don't even have a parking ticket. They were stopped in the street. It's not that they had a warrant against a specific person. They were just stopped by unmarked vehicles going home from work.
While the Trump administration says these first migrant roundups will focus on suspected criminals, U.S. border czar Tom Homan says it is only the beginning.
As the aperture opens up beyond criminals, you're going to see more arrests. I've made it clear, if you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table.
In Bakersfield, resident James Miller says deportations may create a shortage of field workers here, but immigration agents must enforce the law.
I think it's misleading when it was interpreted that they were going to raid the schools. So they have a job to do, and they should do it. Is it going to impact us? Probably so.
Another resident, J.P. Avalos, says the economic impact here may be significant.
We'll see 2-3 months time when the Latinos and you guys, when this happens and they kick them out, let's see what your food costs are and what you guys got to do to get that, you know?
Neighboring Ventura County has also seen immigration enforcement raids under the new administration. More than 80% of field harvesters here are undocumented migrants, according to estimates by the nonprofit Farm Bureau of Ventura County. Maureen McGuire is the Bureau's CEO.
If we have mass deportation and we lose the labor force that harvests, there will be a lower supply of food for those individual commodities that are affected, and then the grocery stores will be in competition for who gets that limited resource. That will drive the prices up.
Alejandra says she went back to work picking carrots a few days after the roundups, but is keeping herself and her U.S.-born son out of public places in hopes of avoiding immigration agents. Genia Dulot, VOA News, Bakersfield, California.
At this moment, let's pay attention to PTV Baguio City Studios for what's brewing of late in the Cordilleras. Audrey?
Naimbag Arabi, Pilipinas, ang nakasaganan ti probinsya ti Benguet para iti umadanin a Cordillera Administrative Region Athletic Association Meet intun umay alawas. Naituding ti makalawas sa CARAA Meet intun Pebrero 23 aging 28 a pinasatan ti nasurok 6,000 nga student athletes, coaches, ken chaperones. Maniramaan met ti panakasaganat ti pasilidad ken deleting schools. Impasigurado ti PLGU nga itaalawas ket mailepas dagiti patrabaho kadagiti pasilidad. Agsirbi met a keynote speaker ni DepEd Secretary Sani Angara iti panaglukat ti CARAA 2025 intun no Pebrero 23. Napagnunumuan at tunggal munisipyo ti Benguet ket ag sikwaswanda dagiti delegado iti tunggal probinsya. Nangilatang ti Benguet PLGU iti 25 million pesos a pondo para iti nasaw nga sporting event.
So on the part of DepEd CAR, the only amount that we downloaded to SDO Benguet is 700,000. That is only for the medals and some other materials, no? For the region, what we will be sharing, no, would be the materials that we have, sports equipment.
Dadumapayada mag-ad-adalan ti Department of Education ti implementasyon ti revised curriculum para kadagiti senior high school ana ituding nga agrugi iti school year 2025-2026. Iti revised curriculum ti grades 11 ken 12 agbalin laanganen alima aging gapitu ti core subject da manipod iti 15. Isu ati departamento mangipat patungpal iti konsultasyon kadagiti nagduduma nga stakeholders sakbay ti panangipinalda iti curriculum para iti pilot implementation ti panggap. Baban iti daytoy matulungan dagiti estudyante a maadaan iti trabaho iti panagturpusda iti senior high school. Iti sidong matlang ti enhanced senior high school curriculum, manayunan ti work immersion hours dagiti estudyante. Agbalinan nga 80 hours aging 620 hours tapno maipaayan dagiti estudyante iti naan-anay a practical experience.
This stems from the findings of several studies casting doubt on the readiness of our senior high school graduates as to the senior high school curriculum exits like trabaho, kolehiyo, at negosyo. And in fact, even the Commission on Human Rights raised issues also on the skills and employability of our senior high school graduates.
Dagiti damdamag manipud iti PTV Cordillera, siak ni Audrey Villena, na Imbag Arabi.
Many thanks, Audrey, and that's the end of our program tonight. Join us again tomorrow night for another set of breaking stories here and abroad at the hour. And always stay connected by catching the news right here. I am William Theo, gladly wishing you a restful night ahead, and thank you for watching PTV News Now.